G'day guys, welcome back to video number 3. In this video I'm going to share with you a tool, and you can download the tool. There's a link underneath this video for you to download an Excel file, which is this, but I'm going to walk through how to make this thing work. And it will give you, in the section of the book that I talk about, I really only talk about the 6 things that actually, if you leverage them, you will definitely make some geometric gains. But there's in fact 7, and I'll talk about the reason why the 7th one's in there. But let's just have a look. The examples I used in the book, in fact, I used this spreadsheet to calculate them, so it's relatively easy. So in this section, you've got new customers and you've got current customers. So what we're trying to do here is basically say, enter in the statistics of what you're currently doing, and then it'll generate some numbers here for you, and you can, with some approximations, we can approximate what the business is worth. So let's just play with this a little bit. Everything in blue is something that you can enter and play around with. But let's just say that your current business, you've got 1,000 clients. The average number of transactions per year is 1. So people buy one thing from you. And let's just check this up a bit. Let's just say that's $90. So we've got here, in fact, I'm just going to, let me just drop this a bit. So $90 transaction, so 1,000 people buy one thing from you, $90, so that's 90 grand in turnover. Make sense? Profit margin, if you're a half decent business, you're kind of running between 20 and 30, so let's just say it's 25%. And so your net profit here, annual profit's $22,500. Now I know these numbers are low, but just play with the example. And we'll just zero out. There's no referrals, there's no conversion of that, and in fact we've got nothing here for lifetime value of a client. Let's just make it basically 1. So that kind of, when you work this out, let's just zero these out a little bit for you, just to show what this really does. Okay, so with all of that, 90,000 total business projection over here, 90,000 revenue, 22,000 profit. There's your turnover, there's your profit, and the average customer is going to stay with you for a year. Let's make that 0. And so your business is basically worth the 24 months valuation of profit, you're about $45,000. At 36 months profit, you're at about 67,000. So most likely, if you were to sell this business, you'd probably get towards the low end, because you haven't really done a lot to improve it. When you start to do a lot more to improve it, you'll find that you can sell more towards the high end, which is part of what we speak about. So here's where this now starts to make a lot of sense. So that's your current business. Now, if we go and just run some marketing, run some Facebook ads, some Google display ads, whatever we're going to do in these particular, we'll focus on the 6 areas. So let's assume we can go and generate 1,000 new leads. All right, and we've got a conversion ratio of say 25%. So that's going to add 250,000 customers, and they're going to buy once at an average transaction of 90, because that's what you've been doing, and your profit margin of 25. In fact, let's just say it's 20, because you've spent a little bit on marketing. Now, watch what's happened over here. So you've added 22,500, so you're up to 12,500. Your profit's increased, and you've brought the valuation up to 54,000. Okay, so now let's just say we're going to do work to increase it by 10%. And we're going to increase the conversion ratio by 10%. We're going to increase the average transactions by 10%. We're going to increase the 10%. In fact, I should make that one a blue one, shouldn't I? Because you can definitely change that. We're going to try and increase profit margin by 10%. So already what we've done by doing that, we've increased the revenue by 26%, we've increased profit by 37%, just by tweaking those things. And what that's done to the valuations, so now we're looking at a potential between 54 and 111. So again, if you just continue to play with this, if you've got referrals, let's say you get 100 referrals and you convert 50% of them, that obviously does a lot to increase the dollars. You improve that by 10%, improve that by 10% with some effort, and you're suddenly looking at, we've basically increased the potential for sale for this company by 107%. So you are probably looking at something around in the 50s, and we could probably, with tweaking these levers, get it up to about 116. Now, this is all approximate, right? This spreadsheet is purely for you to be able to play with the fact that if you increase things by a small amount, maybe you can increase this by 20%. Maybe you're going to actually not increase that one at all, but maybe you can increase that one by 25%. When you play with it, you'll see the net impact it has to profit and revenue, and therefore in valuation. So that's all I've got to share with this spreadsheet. Download it, play with it, prove to yourself that by just making some tweaks in many areas, little changes, as they say, little swings or little hinges swing big doors. So little changes make a big difference. You just got to do a lot of them. We had a couple of inquiries about a couple of you guys were considering selling your business. Very happy to talk to you. No obligation, of course. If you just click the button below, fill in a couple of questions, one of the team will get back to you and have a quick chat. If that's something that may work, then great. If not, no problem. We'll point you in the right direction. And likewise, if you're serious about, maybe spending the next 6 to 12 months and with a concerted effort to build the business up so you can sell it, then we'd also be interested in seeing how we can help. So click on the button about scaling and services, and we can see what we can do there. Again, if we can't help, no problem. If we can, I look forward to it. Look forward to catching you on the next video. Bye for now.